dish like chicken parmigiana or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options, including several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay-Varina at 919-285-2497 or visit them online at annaspizzeria.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We return to the Mighty Warriors Den on the campus of Mount Zion Christian Academy on this gloomy November 17th day of 2020. What a 2020 it has been. We have dealt with the coronavirus, which has impacted student athletes across the country in the high school level. So right now we're here as Mount Zion Mighty Warriors with a new coach coming in this season, face Piedmont Classical from the Greensboro area in North Carolina. I'm Petey Doris with your call today as we're running streaming video on High Level Media YouTube channel, SHNsports.com/High Level Media. We're moments away. The starting lineup's coming to you shortly. We're going to step away. You're listening to High Level Media coverage of your 2020 Mighty Warriors from Mount Zion.
At Cardinal Family Dentistry, we are honored to serve the community of Apex by providing honest, compassionate dental care. We focus on preventative care and education to make sure all of our patients enjoy optimal dental health, and we offer judgment-free treatment if you're in need of a corrective procedure. Dr. Barker and the rest of the Cardinal Family Dentistry team want to be a resource for you when it comes to your dental health. So we always keep you well informed and offer honest guidance to help you make the best decisions for you and your family. Give them a call today at 919-589-5001. That's 919-589-5001. Or visit them online at cardinalfamilydentistry.com. Need a place to manage your investment? Then look no further than Fidelity Investments of Holly Springs. Whether you need to roll over an IRA or open a traditional or Roth IRA, our exceptional guidance and wide range of investment options can help you plan intelligent guidance in person, online, or over the phone. We offer access to powerful tools and comprehensive research. We also offer great value, including no account fees and no minimums to open an account. Maybe you want to talk about mutual funds. Choose from over 10,000 funds, many with no transaction fee. How about brokerage? $0 commission for U.S. stock, ETF, and options trades. And how about some cash management? You get reimbursed for ATM fees with no minimum balance required. Sound like something you want to take a look at? Then give them a call today at 800-631-1903. That's 800-631-1903. Or visit Fidelity Investments of Holly Springs, North Carolina.
1 in 3 adults in America have prediabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mama. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Betty can't
Driving
say that
means
in reverse.
Freedom,
exploration,
fun,
pride,
flexibility,
protection,
ability,
friendship,
excitement,
escape,
independence,
distracted driving means
recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos,
police,
devastation,
injury,
tears.
death.
Safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Driving means
Freedom,
exploration,
fun,
Pride,
flexibility,
protection,
ability,
friendship,
excitement,
escape,
independence,
distracted driving means
danger,
recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos,
police,
devastation,
injury,
tears.
death.
Safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs.
Good afternoon. Welcome back here inside the Mighty Warriors Den on the campus of Mount Zion as the Mighty Warriors are getting ready to take on Piedmont Classical. I'm Petey Doris with your call. Today we have the Hosanna post-grad coach, Coach Barnett, stepping in with us today to give us a little insight on what the Mighty Warriors look for this season.
All right. Thanks, Petey. I think the Mighty Lady Warriors definitely have a height advantage over the more diminutive Piedmont Classical girls from Greensboro, North Carolina. Mount Zion up front is 6'4", 6'1", backcourt 5'9", 5'8", and the point guard and the captain returning for a second year, Ray Hazel out of Toronto, Canada. She's number 5. And her backcourt partner will be Shameen Brown, also out of Canada, number 3. Should be quite a good backcourt tandem, and the front court, of course, with the Twin Towers.
Yes, Coach. Coming in from last year, lost some players. Some went JUCO level. Some stayed back in their country with the COVID issue. But right now, as the Lady Warriors head to the court with some fresh new faces, the Mighty Warriors be working right to left. They'll be in white jerseys, maroon, Mount Zion with the numbers across their chest as Piedmont Classical's black jersey, trimmed in gold with Piedmont Classical on their chest. The first tip is going to belong to Piedmont Classical as I work left to right. Coming across the timeline is Harris. Harris swings it left side over to Amos. They'll swing around top of the key to Diffenbacher. As it faces a 3-2 zone as the Mighty Warriors set up with the steal. Missed layup. And missing the layup was Rigsby. As we got a no score here just underway. Had the first foul of 2020 belongs to Donahue.
Yeah, Piedmont Classical got off to a running start as she made her way to the basket, and Fema, who is from number 11 from the Congo in Africa, definitely overwhelmed her in first charge with the first personal foul, first team foul.
First free throw by Piedmont Classical is short off the front of the rim, and that was Regina Harris for Piedmont Classical.
Yeah, it looks like Regina Harris maybe got stung a little bit on her hand on that hard foul.
Second free throws off the front of the rim, coming down with the rebound was Cola. Cola hands it to Hazel. Hazel comes in the front court, swing the right side of the free throw line, goes up with a nice runner for Mount Zion.
Definitely was, Petey. I see that Ray, or Ray as we call her, picking up where she left off last year on that dribble drive penetration with a little teardrop for the swish, tying the game. We're up by 2. Mount Zion coming up the court now, and Ray is calling the play.
She's calling the play as she comes across the timeline, swings the left side to Shameen Brown. Shameen Brown finds Rigsby. Rigsby goes into paint, and we have a foul on the right block. It's going to be an offensive foul for Dingy.
It almost looked like Dingy, number 11, kind of took a little travel there. Had on her walking shoes.
Jones comes across the timeline, swings her left side to Harris. Harris bounce passes into Diffenbacher off the right, left elbow. It goes in for Piedmont Classical. Piedmont Classical ties this game up early. 2-2. This left side is Brown. Brown puts up a 3 off the left side of rebound, coming down to Jones. Jones pushes ahead in the front court to Harris. Harris right side over to Amos and out of bounds. So the turnover real quick for Piedmont Classical. Rigsby comes into Hazel. Hazel coming across the timeline. Facing a 2-3 zone, sends it right side to Rigsby. Rigsby's matched up with the defender, but same size, goes into paint. Shot goes up off the right block, and it's short. Coming down with the rebound, offensive rebound was Hazel as the ball is turned over on the missed shot. Brown back the other way. Piedmont Classical on the floor, out of bounds, off of Piedmont Classical. So the Mighty Warriors are inbounding the ball. Free throw line extended right. Rigsby comes into Hazel. Hazel's calling the play as she comes down, sings it right side to Brown. Brown looks in the paint, down low to Dingy. Dingy goes up with the right side, and she misses it. Cleaning up the rebound was Cola for the Mighty Warriors. Warriors lead with a turnover was Hazel.
That was a good offensive set right there as Fama has her eye on the basket, just can't connect right now. Got a few cobwebs that'll come out. Like I said, Cola was there, and then the steal on the inbounds from Ray puts her at 4 points this early in the game.
Ray comes across the timeline, finds Cola at the top of the free throw line. She goes in the paint, puts up a shot as Dingy right there with the putback as she missed it off the right side. Cola right there to put it back up as the Mighty Warriors are up 6 on a 6-0 run over the Piedmont Classical. Classical working right side is Amos. She goes in the paint as Donji is double dribble. Donji got away with the foul on that one on defense.
I think it was a double dribble before the foul occurred, so it goes by the first offense. So the referees are sharp and they seem to be on cue for the first game of the regular season here at the Warriors Den at Mount Zion Christian Academy, Durham, North Carolina.
Rigsby swings it right side to Brown. Brown scissor dribble. Just about lost it to her defender, Pfeiffer. As they send it down low. Shot, turnaround shot is no good by Dingy. Coming down with the rebounds, Piedmont Classical. They're working right to left. They'll swing it left side to Harris. Harris's shot, nothing but the bottom of the net and out of bounds on the air ball.
Definitely that size advantage is coming into play. The Lady Warriors do need to keep their arms up a little bit more when they're running that defense.
Rigsby comes into play to Hazel. Hazel coming across the timeline, swings the top block to Cola. Cola turnaround shot off the back of the iron, but it ended up falling, and that forces a timeout. With the timeout, it was a 8-0 run going into the timeout for Piedmont Classical. Coach, coming in this game, like you said, the size advantage is different, but they're not utilizing the size. It's mostly the second chance shots by Mighty Warriors.
Definitely. You got to understand, it's the first game of the year. A lot of the girls didn't get a chance to play AAU because of COVID, so they're kind of out here. We really haven't had any scrimmages. This is the first game, so we'll count this as a scrimmage game. I think nerves a little bit. Got a nice little crowd here for a Tuesday night. I think when the dust all settles, everything will work out.
All right, the Mighty Warriors lead 10-2, 4:41 left in the first quarter. It's coming out of timeout. Piedmont Classical be inbounding the ball, facing a full court press by Machine Brown. They'll get it into play to Diffenbacher. She comes to right side. Diffenbacher holds it. Guarded tightly by Hazel. She gets a high screen, rolls around left side. Did a lot of high screens. She picks up a three straight away. She is fouled. And picking up the foul was Hazel for the Mighty Warriors. So Diffenbacher will be shooting the third free throw for Piedmont Classical. She dribbles 3 times, squats her knees, puts up a shot. Gets a big bounce, but it did not fall in for Piedmont Classical. Second free throw, eyes up. Shot is good for Piedmont Classical as they stop the bleeding right there with the free throw.
Definitely a couple of free throws when the clock's not running, and that one almost made its way in. Big rebound by Fama Dingsy, number 11 out of Congo, Africa. Shameen running the baseline, gets fouled. She'll get 2 shots.
Picking up the foul was Jones for the Mighty, for Piedmont Classical. Sent Shameen Brown as she crossed her man up at quarter court, went right side off the block and was fouled.
Definitely showed some speed on that dribble drive to the bucket. I think that Dingy, number 11, kind of was running blocker for her. Might have been in the way a little bit.
Shameen Brown puts up her first free throw of the 2020 season. Checking in the game is Amos for Piedmont Classical. Checking out is Pfeiffer. Both teams are 6 deep, so we'll see what the advantage is for what team tonight as they both come in on the skeleton crew. Second free throw is good by Shameen Brown. 12-3, the Mighty Warriors lead. Diffenbacher swings it right side to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer staying on the right wing. Back to Diffenbacher. Diffenbacher dribbles back to Pfeiffer. Trying to find up something down low. Shameen Brown with the steal. Going left side. Oh, she traveled on a pass for the traveling Hazel.
Yeah, what she did, Petey, is I don't think she wanted to make the left-hand layup, so she saw Hazel and she went ahead and took a couple of steps and was going to give her a chest pass. Probably, according to Point Guard College, go to the bucket.
Go to the bucket straight up. Coming across the timeline is Jones. She dribbles high and lost it off her foot, out of bounds, staying right with Piedmont Classical as it went off a dingy for the Mighty Warriors. Piedmont Classical be invented ball, baseline, left side. Right baseline. Inbounding the ball is Jones. Jones's inbound pass was not hit by anybody, and that's straight out of bounds, so it'll be the Mighty Warriors ball. As Rigsby's coming into play to Hazel. Hazel, the quarterback for the Mighty Warriors this season. Right side to Rigsby. Rigsby chest pack to Hazel. She passes Cola down low in the paint. Back to Brown. 3 on the way, and it's off the front of the rim. Rigsby with the big rebound offensive for the Mighty Warriors. The pass is off of Jones for Piedmont Classical. Hazel come into play, come to Cole on the top right block. Puts up a shot, too hard. Coming down with the rebound, the shortest woman on the court is Diffenbacher. She passes ahead to Harris. And we have a whistle, and it's a travel by Harris.
Can always tell the beginning of the season, Petey, the travels, the double dribbles, those kind of things. Maybe a chest pass when it should be a bounce pass. These early games, they're going to be like that.
Hazel comes across the timeline, swings it right side to Brown. Brown finds Cola, top block. Back to Hazel, left side to Rigsby. As they're facing a 2-3 zone, definitely is a mismatch. Shameen Brown goes baseline, and she is fouled. Picking up the foul is Donegan. Standing only about 5'5", going up against Shameen Brown. Shameen Brown, coach put it right on the baseline and went up strong. Head to the free throw line for her second trip.
Right.
First free throw by Brown is off the left side of the rim. Checking in the game for the second time is Pfeiffer, as Donegan will head to the bench and take a break.
Both teams with that one sub rotation, everybody knows that, COVID's kind of shut down a little bit of the parents having their kids play interscholastic athletics. Seems to be all around the country where you have rosters that are a little less than what they normally are.
Shameen Brown working right to left, goes up with the right-handed layup, and it's good. Shameen Brown leads the way with 7 points here in the first half. 15-3, the Mighty Warriors lead. Coming across the timeline is Piedmont Classical. Swing it right side to Amos. Amos, top of the key to Jones. Jones facing a man-to-man defense, mismatch. Passes it down low. Cola with the steal. Outlet pass to Brown. Brown's falling back to Cola as Brown was fouled by Pfeiffer.
They basically swarmed her when she got kind of an errant pass from Cola. Wasn't exactly textbook, but did cause the turnover. I mean, the foul, the team fouls are getting up there. Not listed on the scoreboard. I'm not quite sure where we're at, probably 4-1.
So Hazel comes in, finds Cola top of the block, down low to Donji. Donji with a strong left-handed layup for the Mighty Warriors. Mighty Warriors currently on a 14-1 run over Piedmont Classical. 2:05 left in the first half. Shameen Brown's guarded tightly on the right hip of Jones as a pass was intercepted by Dingy. Dingy pass to Brown. Brown with the reverse layup. Hazel right there to put it back up, and it's rims out. Coming down with the rebound was Harris. Just under 2 minutes ago, Harris working 1-on-3 She picks up a dribble, finds Diffenbacher, puts up a three. Short, Pfeiffer with the putback, and it's a offensive rebound. Pfeiffer picks it up, and she traveled for Piedmont Classical. 1:35 left, 17-3.
She definitely had on her walking shoes on that one, Petey. Definitely. I would say that
Hazel comes across the timeline, working right side to Brown. Facing that man-to-man defense, what Piedmont Classical. Brown is definitely got a height advantage on her defender. She passes to Hazel. Hazel takes 4 steps in, puts up a shot as Diffenbacher comes up with it, and she double dribbled with a little help from Dingy for the Mighty Warriors. So Rigsby will come in, extend the free throw line left. Comes into Hazel. 1:11 left. Will they hold for the last shot or will they get a shot off? As a pass was intended for Brown, and it was just about, it's hit out of bounds by Pfeiffer.
Yep, PD got about 1:07 left in this quarter, and definitely all Lady Warriors.
The Mighty Warriors on defense, just 60 seconds left as Jones comes into paint as a strip by Hazel. Hazel 2-on-2, going straight up, right-handed layup, and it's good for the Mighty Warriors. 19-3, 50 seconds left. Diffenbacher come across the timeline, scissor dribble, Hazel right on the right hip, swings it right side to Amos. Amos is mismatched on height size on the defense as she pulled out Dingy. Bounce passes it to Jones. Jones goes in the right block. Shot off the bottom backboard. Coming up with it was Amos. Stolen from behind, but Dingy picks up the foul in the reach around. .32 seconds left. Pfeiffer will come into bounds, baseline right side for Piedmont Classical. She'll come into Diffenbacher. Diffenbacher is guarded tightly by Hazel. As we got a pick by Harris for Piedmont Classical. She got a foul, player control foul.
Moving screen.
Rigsby comes in. She'll come into Hazel.
You see
left side to Brown. Brown bounce passes ahead to Hazel.
Then they're going to move the ball around for the last shot.
Nice little
layup
with a right-handed layup.
Let's see if they can get a stop here with 6 seconds left.
So we have a right side stands Amos. 1 second on the clock as that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. The Mighty Warriors lead 21-3. We're going to step away and hear a word from our sponsors. You're listening to high-level media coverage of the 2020 Mighty Warriors from Mount Zion.
Family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options in several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay Varina at 919-285-2497 or visit them online at annaspizzeria.com. At Creech Chiropractic, the Triangle's only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor, we offer 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. We give you the best recommendation for care based on your needs and goals. Ultimately, it's your body, your health, your life, your choice. Our goal at Creech Chiropractic is to educate and adjust as many families as possible toward optimal health and wellness through natural chiropractic care. The superior physician treats the patient before the illness is manifested. It is only the inferior physician who treats the illness he was unable to prevent. Give us a call today at 919-367-2828. That's 919-367-2828. And get to your 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. Creech Chiropractic, the Triangle's only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor. Anna's Pizzeria is a busy, family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options, including several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay Varina at 919-285-2497 or visit them online at annaspizzeria.com. At Creech Chiropractic, the Triangle's only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor, we offer 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. We give you the best recommendation for care based on your needs and goals. Ultimately, it's your body, your health, your life, your choice. Our goal at Creech Chiropractic is to educate and adjust as many families as possible toward optimal health and wellness through natural chiropractic care. The superior physician treats the patient before the illness is manifested. It is only the inferior physician who treats the illness he was unable to prevent. Give us a call today at 919-367-2828. That's 919-367-2828. And get to your 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. Creech Chiropractic. Anna's Pizzeria is a busy, family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options, including several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor. We offer 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. We give you the best recommendation for care based on your needs and goals. Ultimately, it's your body, your health, your life, your choice. Our goal at Creech Chiropractic is to educate and adjust as many families as possible.
1 in
toward
3 adults
optimal
in
health.
America have pre-diabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mama. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Welcome back. 5:37 left in the second period. Mighty Warriors on a current 8-0 run against Piedmont Classical. Piedmont Classical comes in 0-1 as the Mighty Warriors' first game tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning on SHNsports.com/high-level-media. Watching the video stream here inside the Mighty Warriors Den on the campus of Mount Zion in Durham, North Carolina. I'm Petey Doors with Coach Barnett, standing in color commentating with me tonight.
Yeah, Petey, a few technical difficulties. Get the cobwebs out as well with the media. Real wild shot up there by Lady Warrior, and here comes number 4. And she missed the layup, and there's Cola for the rebound.
Cola picks up her 3rd rebound, kicks it to Brown. Brown down low to Dingy. Dingy with a left-handed layup for the Mighty Warriors as they continue the 8-0 run, extended to 10-0 run. Currently, the Piedmont Classical has not scored since the free throw midway through the first quarter. Shot goes up, and it's too hard. Off the back of her backboard was Regina Harris for Piedmont Classical. Hazel comes across the timeline, dribbling left side, holds it, stands. 4-minute mark here in the first half as Hazel's not defended. She's not pulling her man out as Harris right there almost with the steal. Is a sloppy pass, Coach.
Yeah, it definitely was. Harris, number 4, Regina Harris, sophomore, I believe, out of Greensboro. Quick with the feet, quick with the hands, a little undersized, but hey, Ivory Latta was only 5'5", and she played in the WNBA.
Right there, Brown with a carry for the Mighty Warriors. 31-3 is your score. The Mighty Warriors continue to thump the Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats out of Greensboro. Rigsby with the steal, driving left to the paint, left-handed layup. Nice fundamentals pass right off the fingertips and in for the Mighty Warriors. She gets her first points of 2020.
Definitely, Petey. Jaden Rigsby out of Durham, North Carolina. She is a rising junior, second year with the program. Got limited minutes last year. Had to go take the role of a starter this year, Petey.
Yeah, stepping up as, like you said, real limited minutes last year as the Mighty Warriors was pretty deep with a lot of collegiate players on the roster last year, and we're missing 2 of those. So that's when, some people always think that when they're playing and they just set the bench, it's forever. It's how bad you want to play. If you want to play, you have to step up and prove yourself. It's just like, you Coach Barnett, it's like the way you practice is the way you play.
True, exactly.
So if you practice sloppy, you're going to play sloppy.
For the most part, that is true. We're missing Ada. Ada from Poland. She went down with an ACL tear late in the season last year. She's a rising senior. She's taking her classes online in Poland right now. She'll be back on the roster in the first week of January.
Cannot wait for that. That's one player that's definitely going to get some nods from some college coaches across America. As Hazel comes across the timeline, working right side, goes in the block, finds Dingy down low. As Dingy misses her third layup, she falls to the floor out of bounds and is going to go with Piedmont Classical. One thing I like about the Mighty Warriors from Mount Zion, they lost the size of Khalees Kane from last year, and they pick up Dingy, and that's really helped out down low, and also Cola.
Yeah, the tandem of Dingy and Cola, they've got plenty of time to get some work done. They got a truckload of games coming up in the next couple of weeks. So with the practices that Coach Brandy Seegers, former Division I player, did a grad year at Winston-Salem State. I mean, just a wealth of experience coming from the young coach who actually was a former player at Mount Zion, who, by the way, I coached her as well when I coached the girls team in the post-grad the same year and coached 2 teams in 1 year.
She definitely helps out with bringing that D1 talent. We have a 3 by Harris for the Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats as that stops their bleeding in the first half here as they've been cold since the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. Brown stands, steps inside the 3-point line, puts up a shot, too hard, rims out. Coming down with the rebound was Harris. Harris pushes ahead right side, guarded tightly by Brown. Bounce passes to Dipperbacher as Dingy stole it, kicks it ahead to Hazel. Hazel with the right-handed layup for the Mighty Warriors.
It's almost like Regina Harris, 5'3", combo guard is the only player on the team. She's quick, young, like I said, I think a rising sophomore this year, but she cannot play against 5 girls. It's 1-on-5 for the most part.
Hazel stands between the rings. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Brown drives, got 3 seconds on Dingy.
Got Sarah Barnhart out of Lynchburg, Virginia, brand new to the Mount Zion Lady Warriors program. Transfer from a school up in Lynchburg. Rising senior, brings some experience to the team and some firepower off the bench. 5'7", combo guard. So she'll get her early minutes here with a minute 43 remaining in the first half, Petey.
One thing with the Mighty Warriors, they've been bringing in students from all over the country to put a dynamic starting 5 on the court as Hazel comes across timeline, waves her left hand, finds Cola at the top block. She puts it on the floor, straight off the back of the iron. Coming down with the rebounder is Rigsby. She puts up a shot too hard. Dingy coming down with it as she travels for Piedmont Classical.
It's definitely looked to me like she took a bus. I mean, she grabbed the ball, took about 3 or 4 steps, and then the ref kind of said, traveling.
As Hazel comes into Rigsby, top of the key. It looks for Cola on the left block. She turns it around, puts it on the floor. Strong reach. And it's in for Cola.
Mount Zion Lady Warriors, too big, too strong, too experienced against the much smaller and younger Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats.
39-6, 109 left here in the first half. The Mighty Warriors lead. Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats.
Got a
as Barnhart comes into play, she'll come in to Hazel. Hazel comes across the timeline, just 1 minute left. Finds Cola top block, swings it left side to Brown. Brown with a 3, too hard, coming down with the rebounds. Hazel, she goes straight up the middle and puts up a teardrop for the Mighty Warriors, 41-6. Just under a minute to go. Diffenbacher comes across, swings it left side to Harris. Harris puts up a 3, and it's out of bounds. Mighty Warriors come up with a loose ball.
I think definitely Ray Hazel, or Ray as we call her, has been working on her game, coming down to the gym after practice for 35, 40 minutes, working on some dribble drives, some floaters. Barely 5'4", but she's handling the rock. She's running the point, showing that senior leadership.
As Cola picks up a illegal screen for the Mighty Warriors. 28 seconds left in the first half. 41-6 is your score.
Let's see what Piedmont Classical can do in the remainder with 23 seconds left in the half. Floating the ball back up to the top, back over to number 14. Shot misses, big rebound by Piedmont Classical, but
they come down with it, go back up, and we have a travel.
Okay, we got 9.4 seconds left. Let's see what Coach Brandy comes up with as far as getting a quick score with barely 6 seconds as she reaches the timeline.
Hazel right side to Brown is a stolen, knocked out of bounds by Regina Harris.
They're going to have to get one up quick here, Petey. Only 2.7 seconds left in the half.
It comes into Brown. Brown puts up a 3 off the back of the iron. As the time expires, the Mighty Warriors lead 41-6. We're going to step away and come right back here for the third quarter inside the Mighty Warriors Den. I'm Petey Norris with your call today.
At Creech Chiropractic, the Triangle's only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor, we offer
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're at halftime, 41-6. The Mighty Warriors lead. Stats, facts, and figures from the first half for Piedmont Classical. Jones with the only 3. Regina Harris with 2, and Diffenbacher with the lonely free throw. Leading the way for the Mighty Warriors is Hazel with 14, Brown with 9, Dingy with 6, Rigsby with 2, and Cola end up with 10. That's how we got to 41 points. We're 141 away from the start of the second half. This is double-headed coverage inside the Mighty Warriors Den on the campus of Mount Zion Christian Academy in Durham, North Carolina.
Anna's Pizzeria is a busy, family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options, including several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay Varina at 919-285-2497 or visit them online at annaspizzeria.com.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
Living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone who
had to be independent and take initiative. And that's how I handle every project I get.
Discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org. Brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
Welcome back inside the Mighty Warriors Den. 8 minutes on the clock. The Mighty Warriors step to the court for the third quarter, leading 41-6. Like I said, leading away for the Mighty Warriors was Hazel, followed by Cola with 10. Hazel with 14. As Piedmont Classic will be inbounding the ball at midcourt. Inbounding the ball will be Regina Harris. She'll come in to Jones. Jones comes across the timeline left side to Diffenbacher. Diffenbacher stands guarded tightly by Barnhart as it's deflected off of Barnhart out of bounds. Be Piedmont Classical. They'll be inbounding the ball right in front of their bench. They'll come into play. They'll come in top of the key to Jones. Jones back left side to Harris. Back to Jones. Pfeiffer right side to Harris. 3 on the way. Short. Coming up with the rebound was Pfeiffer. Big rebound down low. Loose ball. Barnhart coming up with it. Lost to Pfeiffer. Right side to Jones. Jones looking to paint. Finds Diffenbacher. Back to Jones. Top of the key. Left side to Diffenbacher. 3 on the way and it's short. As coming up with the rebound for the Mighty Warriors was Cola. Hazel comes across the timeline working left to right. Hazel dribble drives, finds Brown. Brown spins around back to Hazel. 3 on the way, 2 flat off the right side of the rim. Long rebound coming down to Hazel. Offensive rebound for the Mighty Warriors. Hazel steps in, 8-footer, and is sinks it in for the first points for the second half. 43-6. Just underway here in the third quarter. The Mighty Warriors has led the entire game. Left side is Harris. Harris chest pass to Pfeiffer. She steps into it, finds Diffenbacher. They're working the perimeter as nothing down low has been able to stand for Piedmont Classical. Pfeiffer left side to Jones. Jones with the 3. 2 flat. Right side out of bounds. And we have a timeout, the Mighty Warriors. We're going to step away. You're listening to Mighty Warriors Basketball on High Level Media.
Need a place to manage your investment? Then look no further than Fidelity Investments of Holly Springs. Whether you need to roll over an IRA or open a traditional or Roth IRA, our exceptional guidance and wide range of investment options can help you plan intelligently. One guidance in person, online, or over the phone.
Welcome back. 43-6. The Mighty Warriors going a 4-0 run here in the second half just to open up over the Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats. Lady Bobcats come in just losing their opener 2 nights ago. Travel here to Durham, North Carolina to face the Mighty Warriors from Mount Zion. As Coach Brandy has the Lady Mighty Warriors sitting down on their bench, She has not liked what she's seen to open up the second half. With this big lead, the Mighty Warriors should be stepping all over the Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats. It's a full timeout. It's a great night here in Durham, North Carolina. This is the first night we've broke under 50 degrees, so everybody is wearing their winter attire, stepping inside the Mighty Warriors den. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on High Level Media, SHN Sports, and all our social media outlets to watch tonight's game. Hazel working left to right. Inbounds passes to Barnhart. Barnhart back to Hazel. Hazel coming across the timeline. Gets a screen by Barnhart. Rolls right. Finds Brown as it's stripped by Harris. Harris goes right side. Layup too hard. Coming up with the rebound is Amos. Her shots off the front of the rim. Hazel with a rebound. Coming up with the foul was Jones for Piedmont Classical. So the Mighty Warriors will be inbounding the ball under the basket, under Piedmont Classical's goal. Hazel come across the timeline facing a 2-3 zone. Mismatched on size as the Mighty Warriors has dominated the paint. Swings out Brown. Brown scissor dribble between the rings. Right side to Hazel. Hazel takes 2 steps in, puts up a 15-foot floater, and it's good for the Mighty Warriors. 45-6 is your score. 5:55 left as all Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats have left Jones in the backcourt. Jones comes across, high dribble. Left side over to Amos. Back to Pfeiffer. Right side to Harris. Harris to Jones. Jones stands on the baseline, puts 2 dribbles in, goes in the paint, floats a shot over the backboard. Pass was to Amos. Back right side to Harris. She bounce passes a Pfeiffer. Loose ball. Jones, Amos coming up with it. She drives right side as Hazel steals it. It's going 1-on-1 off the right block. Puts up a shot, and we have an offensive foul by Hazel. And Regina Harris gets help by Hazel as Rigsby will be checking in the game for Brown. Shameen Brown will be having her first seat of the opener tonight. As Piedmont Classical has not scored in this half. 5 minutes left. Piedmont Classical comes across the timeline with a high dribble. Stands Jones. Right side to Harris. Harris looks in the paint. Nothing there. Cross-court pass over to Amos. Amos finds a cutting Jones on the backcourt. She goes in, puts up a shot. She's fouled by Rigsby of the Mighty Warriors. Headed to the free throw line is Jones. Jones will be headed to the free throw line to shoot 2. Get the first points on the board for Piedmont Classical. Spins it, bends her knees, puts up a shot. Almost a shooter's roll as it rimmed out. Scores 45-6. 5-minute mark here in the second half of the third quarter. Shot goes up off the right rim. Cola coming down with a loose ball rebound. Out of bounds as Cola let it go. As Barnhart will be inbounding the ball to Hazel. Hazel comes across the timeline with a high dribble. Left side to Barnhart. Barnhart steps into the free throw line, puts up a shot. Off the back of the iron was Dingy. Coming down with a rebound ahead to Dragon. Dragon comes across timeline, finds it, and we have an over and back by Piedmont Classical. Careless mistake by the Lady Bobcats. Diffenbacher will check in as Pfeiffer has a seat. As Barnhart will come into play in the backcourt to Hazel. Right side is Barnhart. Swings around top of the key to Rigsby. Rigsby looks at Cola. Cola is standing at free throw line. Finds Hazel. Hazel goes into paint. Left-handed layup. And she traveled. And that will be the Mighty Warriors' second turnover of the second half. Coming across the timeline with a knee-high run is Jones. Left side to Diffenbacher. Diffenbacher falls to the floor with Hazel. And we have a jump ball. And it's going to be Mighty Warriors ball with the possession arrow. Checking in the game is Shameen Brown. Shameen Brown will be checking in for Ray Hazel. Hazel will be having a seat for the Mighty Warriors. 45-6. 4:18 left in the third quarter. Shameen Brown running the point guard. Top of the key is Rigsby, left side to Brown. Brown looked like she want to take that three, puts 3 steps in, drives left side. No. Coming up with the rebound was Cola. Cola's shot was missed. Cola with her own rebound as Barnhart comes out with the loose ball. Finds Dingy. Dingy gets it stolen by Harris. Harris off the right side, layup. No. Coming down with the rebound was Barnhart. She kicks it ahead to Cola. Cola off the right block. She misses the easy bucket. Right there to clean it up was Dingy for the Mighty Warriors. 47-6. Midway through the third quarter, the Mighty Warriors has controlled the lead the entire game. Left side is Harris. Harris swings cross-court pass and Diffenbacher. Diffenbacher's shot is rebounded by Shameen Brown. Shameen Brown, chest-high dribble. Left side between the rings. Right side to Rigsby looking for Cola. But flashing top of the key was Dingy. Dingy's right-handed layup was missed. Coming down with the rebound was Piedmont Classical. They're working right to left. Pfeiffer will be checking in the game for Piedmont Classical. Here is a 47-6 lead. As we're over 20 points, the clock will run the rest of the game. As Diffenbacher will be inbounding the ball. Left the free throw line extended. Coming across the timeline is Jones. Right side to Diffenbacher. Guarded tightly by Barnhart. Swings up top side to Pfeiffer. Jones flashing, puts up a three, rims out. Coming up with the rebound was Dingy. Dingy's pass to Brown. Brown comes across the timeline, facing a 2-3 zone. Right side to Rigsby. Rigsby puts it on the floor. She traveled, took one too many steps as she was driving for a right-handed baseline layup. As Hazel comes in for Cola. Cola's having a seat for the Mighty Warriors. Jones to Diffenbacher, back to Jones in the backcourt. Comes across the timeline slowly. Picking her up at timeline was Barnhart. Left side over to Amos. Backside to Diffenbacher. Right side. She finds Jones flashing baseline. Jones with the 17-footer too hard. Brown coming up with the rebound for the Mighty Warriors. She's calling for Hazel to take over the point guard position for the Mighty Warriors. As they lead by 41. 1:43 left. Left side to Barnhart. Back to Brown. Brown's in the corner. Pulls it all the way out left side. Back to Rigsby. Man-to-man defense is what the Bobcats set up in. Brown with a three. Too flat. Coming down with the rebound is Rigsby. Rigsby coming across the timeline. Brown in the paint. Puts up a shot. And she'll be shooting 2 for the Mighty Warriors. Brown will head to the free throw line for the second trip of today. As she went to the free throw line in the first half and was 1 for 1. Brown dribbles 3 times, spins the ball, puts up a shot too hard off the back of the iron. Just under a minute to go. Mighty Warriors lead by 41. Brown squats her knees, puts up a shot. Falls in for the Mighty Warriors. 48-6. 44 seconds left. Jones slowly comes across the timeline in the backcourt. Comes across the timeline, met by Barnhart. Swings the top of the key. Pfeiffer, Diffenbacher with a three. Too hard. Brown with a rebound. 30 seconds left. And we have a whistle. And then picking up the foul is Dingy for Piedmont Classical. 20 seconds left. The Mighty Warriors have to come the length of the court. Hazel comes across the front in the front court. Left side to Brown. 14 seconds left as she traveled. As she took one too many steps right in front of the official. Official was on her backside. Diffenbacher better get a ball in play before the time expires. Across the timeline, Jones. She puts up a straightaway shot at the buzzer. And that will take us to the Fidelity Investments Money Quarter. You're listening to Mighty Warriors Basketball on High Level Media.
Investment? Then look no further than Fidelity Investments of Holly Springs. Whether you need to roll
pause for the cause, but I'm back. I see the score is about the same as when I left it in the halftime. A little extra change there on the home score.
As Piedmont Classical is held scoreless in the third quarter as they work right to left here in the fourth quarter, just like the third quarter. Stands top of the key is Amos. She tried to pass it right side, but she knew it was going to be intercepted, so she turned it over herself, Coach.
Yep, you got to maintain that pivot foot. I think it being the second week in November, Piedmont and even the Lady Warriors, they got some cobwebs to get out. But I think they'll sort themselves out. Nice hustle there by Fama Diange, number 11, getting up kind of slow. And that 6-foot frame, 195-pound body is not easy to do.
Definitely not. She's definitely she took it well rested in the third quarter there as they were, you definitely getting in early part of the season. One thing people want to know is you definitely don't want to run your players. You want to give them reps to get their energy up and get their breathing up. But I tell you, one thing you want to do when you can rest your bigs, rest them. True. And that's exactly what Coach has done for the Mighty Warriors. Shameen Brown picks up a old-fashioned and one. We'll head to the free throw line as we hit the 50-point mark here in the Fidelity Investments Money Quarter.
Shameen Brown, nicknamed Barbie, on the line. 5'9", combo guard out of the Toronto, Canada area. Second year with Mount Zion. Transferred from public school up in the GTA, the Greater Toronto area. Came south, looking to, nice three by who else?
Regina Harris for Piedmont Classical as they get their first points of the second half. As Shameen Brown holds the ball, top of the key to Hazel. Rigsby steps in, tries to pull it down before it's a turnover. Fall into the court, and the ball's going to stay with the Mighty Warriors as Piedmont Classical got the ball starting the Fidelity Investments Money Quarter.
Mount Zion Lady Warriors laden with seniors. This team right here, and add the additions that'll be coming in 2021 with some late COVID virus entries. Parents a little cautious on bringing them in the first semester. They're still taking classes online during this semester. They'll have 8 or 9 girls to start off the 2021-22 season, Petey.
So right now the team fouls are 3 apiece as we're setting at 50-9. Almost at under 5 minutes to go in the Fidelity Investment Money Quarter. Diffenbacher straightaway 3 with a rainbow shot there. Rigsby coming up with the loose ball hit down by Cola. Head to Brown off the left side. Brown with a nice left-handed layup, too hard. Who else was right there was Barnhart to put back as she was fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line with a hold by Jones. As Sarah Barnhart, they say she wasn't shooting.
She actually wasn't in a shooting position, Petey. She kind of got the rebound, didn't go up. Air ball there by
Shameen Brown. Nice look. Couldn't do nothing but shoot that shot. Wide open as she was on the inbounds pass. Piedmont Classical underneath. Kicks it over to Jones. She'll offer up a 3. Too hard. Coming down with the rebound with Sarah Barnhart. She kicks it ahead to Shameen Brown. She'll be going into paint. Scissor dribble. Gets a strip by Amos. She'll kick it ahead to Harris. And it's a loose ball. Fighting down to the floor was Diffenbacher coming out with it. She'll find Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer to Harris. Harris to Jones. Jones stands between the rings. Right at the Mount Zion basketball logo on the court. Left side over to Harris. Harris high pass over left side to Amos. Her pass was intercepted by Sarah Barnhart. And
looks like Fama Diange, number 11, 6'4", sophomore, coming in for Shameen Brown. Shameen looked like she was ailing her ankle a little bit. Might have been in that exchange a while ago. She'll get some minutes. Probably won't even see the court again as the Lady Warriors are up by 41 points.
Just under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hazel come across the timeline, left side to Barnhart. Barnhart goes into paint to Denzi. Dinsley turning around. Nice, finds Cola down low as Cola with a nice little touch off the glass as the banks open this late in North Carolina.
You know, that combination of dingy and cola, that could be a nice mixed drink. Let me get a dingy cola.
There you go.
As they're going, Sarah runs it down. Sarah Barnhart couldn't catch up with the ever so energetic Regina Harris, the sophomore out of Greensboro. She sets up the offense, passes it over to number 10. She loses the ball. Cola gets it, and look who's got the ball. 6'4", lays it in. Count the bucket. I'm not sure exactly the points. I'm sure she's close to about 10. 6'4", sophomore out of the Congo, Africa.
That's her 9th point, so she's one shy of the double digits in her season opener here at Mount Zion. Left side is Diffenbacher. She's guarded tightly by Rigsby. Rigsby has her on the height side, but Rigsby didn't want to pick up a foul. She swifts up with Sarah Barnhart. Left side of Jones. Jones puts up a nice arching three for Piedmont Classical. Piedmont Classical's coach has 2 threes on the day as the Mighty Warriors have the lonely one.
Well, you know, number 10, Jones, she's been firing that thing up all day. The 5'7" junior out of Greensboro getting ready to run the point up here. She's stuck with it. She hasn't got frustrated. It's a toss-up between her and Regina Harris for the MVP of the losing team.
Right side is Pfeiffer. Her shot's too flat. She gets her own rebound and going up. I want to let everybody hang out here, right here where you listening to us at, as the Lady Warriors are in victory formation with just under 2 minutes to go with a healthy lead by 44. We are going to get an interview with coach of the Mighty Warriors in her victory debut back here at Mount Zion.
Yes, Petey. Brandy Seegers, first-year coach, former Mount Zion player, former Division I player in her young career. And you're going to interview her, and I'm sure that's going to be a great experience for her and for the viewers listening out there.
Second free throw by Pfeiffer. She spins, puts a squat, puts up a too hard of a shot off the back of the iron. Dingy coming up with it, finds her head man, Hazel. Hazel comes across, working right side. There's
Coach Brandy had told her to
left.
pull it out. She pulls it, as the viewers can see. They're not going to try to score. They're going to pull it out. And take that back.
As Dingy with an
Dingy
offensive
with the
rebound.
bucket.
That's Dingy, double digits, 58-12. The Mighty Warriors in victory formation. Just under 10 seconds, Piedmont Classical right to left. Jones, 7 seconds, almost right side of Diffenbacher. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 on the way. Too hard as Cola comes down, and that's going to be the final. The Mighty Warriors lead 58-12. We're going to come back here, stats, facts, and figures in an interview from Coach Randy Seeger.
Yeah, there's no handshaking due to coronavirus.
Anna's Pizzeria is a busy, family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options, including several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay Varina at 919-285-2497 or visit them online at annaspizzeria.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the Mighty Warriors get a healthy victory here, 58-12. I got Coach Brandy Seeger standing in for a great game, good outing, big victory. Coach, take us through some of the coaching, how you got prepped for this game against Piedmont Classical.
You know, different times with coronavirus and everything. Practices have been a little different. As you can see, I don't have a lot of players a part of my team right now, but we're doing what we can to prepare. As we get ready to prepare for these games, we just focus on the things that matter. Fundamentals, that's it. Playing solid defense, making sure that we're executing on offense. And that's all I ask of them. And make sure that we're working hard. Making sure that we're working hard, communicating, all of these things.
Yeah, Coach, you have a couple players from last year's squad. You know, the senior leadership by Ray Hazel and Shameen Brown coming in with three previous players and 3 new players. So, you know, coming in your first year here at Mount Zion, you could definitely tell the practices have paid off. You know, a lot different with the 3 seniors, Hazel, Rigsby, and, you know, a lot of fundamental basketball. Definitely you guys were out, you know, a whole lot towering over Piedmont Classical. But I just want to congratulate you on a big victory tonight. It's great to get a victory in your coaching debut, and we look forward to more games this season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach for the Mighty Warriors as they get a big victory here tonight against Piedmont Classical Lady Bobcats. Warming up behind us is the men's team, as we'll be right back here after a word from our sponsors with this second game of tonight's action.
At Cardinal Family Dentistry, we are honored to serve the community of Apex by providing honest, compassionate dental care. We focus on preventative care and education to make sure all of our patients enjoy optimal dental health, and we offer judgment-free treatment if you're in need of a corrective procedure. Dr. Barker and the rest of the Cardinal Family Dentistry team want to be a resource for you when it comes to your dental health. So we always keep you well informed and offer honest guidance to help you make the best decisions for you and your family. Give them a call today at 919
Welcome back inside the Mighty Warriors Den for tonight's doubleheader action as the Mighty Warriors from Mount Zion face Piedmont Classical Mr. Bobcats, Coach. It's going to be a great game here as we have a new coach for the Mighty Warriors, Coach Dave Washington, matching up with a new coach from Piedmont Classical. So who's going to get the W tonight, Coach?
Well, if I knew the answer to that, I'd be a quadrillionaire because I'd be able to pick out the numbers for the North Carolina State Lottery.
Hey, we all wish we could be quadrillionaires.
Right, not like being a quadrillionaire. In U.S. funds, of course.
Yes.
That Canadian dollar taking a hard hit. I think it's going to be a really fast-paced game. I see a lot of guards, no real true bigs. The old days of Shaquille O'Neal, 7 foot, 380 pounds, is probably over. I think you're going to see some high flyers. You're going to see some dunks. You're going to see a barrage of threes.
Yes, Coach, as the Mighty Warriors come in with some new players on the court last year. Brandon's still here. Jimenez is still here. We got Reddish. So it's definitely going to look a whole lot more different faces as Samuel Jimenez has worked his way into the starting lineup, as Samuel Nito also has for the Mighty Warriors.
Right. I'm looking for a controlled game. I don't think it would be advantageous to the Mount Zion Mighty Warriors to try to run with the very athletic and a little bit taller in some ways Bobcats. True, under new management, both teams. Dave Washington out of Durham, North Carolina, played a little junior college ball up north. He's assisted by his brother, Jamal Washington. So you got the family atmosphere, kind of like what Coach K does at Duke, a little bit of what Roy does, hiring back coaches. Should be a contest. From what I understand, the point guard for Piedmont Classical, McNeil, a speedster, sets everything up. Diminutive, probably 5'7". Number 10, checking in about 6'7", 6'8". 34, probably about 6'3", 24. High flyer from what I hear. Randleman. Should be a great contest. Let's see.
So Solomon Butler will be at the timeline, jumping up against Farish for Piedmont Classical. Jump ball is going to be controlled by the Mighty Warriors. Solomon comes down with it, kicks it over to Nito. Nito left side of Jimenez with the three, and it's too hard off the back of the iron. Coming down with the rebound was Brown. Brown pushes ahead across the timeline right side. Layup by Randleman for Piedmont Classical. Piedmont Classical gets on the board first.
I hate to say I was right, but a barrage of threes, 12 seconds into the game, and Mount Zion threw up a 22-footer. It was a good shot. He had a good look. Just didn't match.
As Rose puts up a shot off the left block, the corner to free throw line, as Piedmont Classical pushes ahead in the front court. Shot goes up, and it's too hard. Get their own rebound. Going into paint was Brown. He left side three on the way, too hard. Battling underneath is Farish coming up with the rebound. They said offense, top of the key is Brown. Jimenez right on Brown's left hip. Size comparisons close. Man-to-man defense the Mighty Warriors set up in. We're going to see what the defense for the Mighty Warriors have with speed-wise. Left side is Nito. Nito's guarded with McNeil. They'll swing it around top of the key to Brown. Brown goes into paint. Reverse layup, and it's good for Piedmont Classical.
As you can see, the Bobcats putting on a little backcourt pressure. Nito breaks the pressure, turns it over with, who did I say? Mr. McNeil.
McNeil trying to get fancy with the layup, and it rims out. Coming down with the rebound, out of bounds off of Nito. Nito should have come down with a two-handed rebound instead of one, and that was out of bounds as McNeil will be bringing it in on the baseline. Bounce passes into Farish. He goes up and loses the ball out of bounds. Mighty Warriors ball.
A little bit more than a minute and a half into the game, and it's a 2-point game. So both teams doing what they're supposed to do, getting to the timeline. A little bit more too much on the sideline with Aiden Kalali out of Switzerland. He's actually lived in 3 different countries, according to what he was telling me in the pregame. He's lived in Kosovo and also in France.
Interesting. Now he's here in Durham, North Carolina, as Nito stands guarded tightly by McNeil. He'll roll off the screen, put up a three. Too hard as Jimenez with the rebound, turnaround jumper. It's no good. Coming down with the rebound was McNeil. He'll push it ahead, bounce pass over to Rodman. Dunk on the way by Farish. And we have a timeout. And with the timeout is a 6-0 run by Piedmont Classical. We're going to step away. You're listening to of the Mighty Warriors basketball.
It's a family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal,
Welcome back out of the timeout with a transition alley-oop dunk by Farish. Piedmont Classical extends a lead 6-2 over the Mighty Warriors from Mount Zion. I'm Petey Doris with your call with Coach Barnett. Standing in, color commentating. Piedmont Classical sets up in the back court on full court press. They kick it ahead to Nito. Nito crosses the man up, right-handed layup, and it's good for the Mighty Warriors. Fast transition basketball for the Mighty Warriors. As McNeil comes across the timeline, picked up, baseline, drops past to Ferris. Farish left side three on the way, no good. Coming down with the rebound was Harrison, and Harrison kicks it at the top of the key to Redelman. Redelman, McNeil with the rebound with a nice little 8-foot jumper in the paint is good for Piedmont Classical.
Mr. McNeil always there for the easy little 8-footer, barely 5'7", number one, McNeil, the point guard. No one boxed him out, and he got the easy bucket.
Right now, Piedmont Classical doubled up on the Mighty Warriors, 8-4. Top of the key is Butler. He puts it on the floor, almost double dribbled right there. Left side to Agent. Agent Kaloli in the paint. Right side to Jimenez. Three on the way by Nito is no good. Rims out. McNeil right there, coach, a 5'5". McNeil coming down with the big body rebound. Baseline shot goes up and is deflected. Solomon Butler with the rebound. He'll spin around, find a point guard, Jimenez. Jimenez finds Rhodes. Rhodes comes across the timeline, finds Jimenez. Jimenez between the rings, guarded tightly by Brown. Right side to Nito. Nito's guarded tightly with the size differential with McNeil. They'll go into Solomon Butler. He'll put a body down. Left-handed hook is no good for the Mighty Warriors. As fast transition basketball, Brown comes in the front court. Picked up, double teamed by Rhodes. Swings around McNeil. McNeil goes into paint. Left-handed layup, and it's nothing but nylon. 10-4, and we have a whistle. Delay of game for Piedmont Classical.
I think it's going to be a warning, delay of game warning. When the ball comes out of the net, the player is not supposed to touch it. It's no longer your ball after you score. And I think Mr. McNeil just got a little bit ahead of himself, the 5'5" junior point guard out of Greensboro.
Josh Brana comes in and McDonald comes in. Jimenez and Kaloli have a seat for the Mighty Warriors as they trail by 6, 3:52 left. Piedmont Classical sets up an inbound full court press. They come in to McDonald. McDonald scissor dribble, just about lost it in the backcourt. Finds Solomon Butler at the timeline. Back to McDonald. McDonald right side to Jimenez. Jimenez guarded tightly by Stanley. Gets a high screen by Butler. Butler doesn't roll, so Jimenez goes left side to Rhodes. Rhodes standing at the three-point line back to Jimenez. He drives, puts up a kiss off the glass, and it's good for the Mighty Warriors. 10-6. Mighty Warriors trail. Bobcats come into front court. Right side is Rhodes. Dunk is as he's blocked. As Redelman took baseline and took flight. Looked like he is about to take off for Durham International Airport, Coach.
Yep, I've been there a few times. The foul was a good foul because it stopped the dunk, but number 24, probably about an 85% free throw shooter based on the last game he played.
First free throw and sinks that one.
All net.
Checking in the game for the first time is Barnes, as Farish has a seat.
At number 30 checking into the game for Mount Zion,
As
Kalali out of Switzerland.
Agent Kalali comes in as Rhodes has a seat.
Yep, Zamir Rhodes, third-year member of the Mount Zion basketball program, played on our developmental team last year, moved up to the varsity, gained a couple of pounds over the coronavirus like we all did.
Gained a Corona 20.
Called the Corona 20.
Agent comes in, he'll come into Jimenez. Correction. Butler with a straightaway three, high off the glass. Coming down with the rebound was the Bobcats. They come into front court as Stanley. His pass was blocked by Brandon from behind. They say it was a shot, so Stanley will head to the free throw line. Picking up the foul is Joshua Brandon.
Josh Brandon, a 4-year Letterman varsity player out of Durham. His brother Chris Brandon plays Division I basketball for Mercy out of Detroit. Little known fact there, Petey.
Detroit Mercy.
Yes, sir. 6'7" Chris Brandon. Believe it or not, I coached him when he was in middle school.
Coach, you've been around the block a few times.
Once or twice. I've taken an Uber here and there.
Second shot by Stanley is nothing but nylon.
Little full court pressure going on. See if the Warriors can break it. Zamir Rhodes going to midcourt. Got a backcourt on McNeil. McNeil should know better. Nito was not going to shoot an 85-foot jumper, Petey.
As Solomon Butler checks in, as McDonald checks out, Joshua Brandon being out of the ball in front of the table here. Kicks it into backcourt over to Nito. Nito comes across the timeline, finds Agent. Agent Kalali goes into paint, finds Solomon Butler on the right elbow. Butler puts it on the floor, finds Zamir Rhodes. Back to Butler. Butler into paint as he needs help. Turns it over right there for the Mighty Warriors. It's McNeil's driving baseline, puts up a shot, falling to the floor. And that is a foul, and they'll head to the free throw line.
The Mount Zion Warriors wearing their road-colored maroon with the white lettering jerseys, making a statement here that, hey, it's our home court, but if we want to wear a dark color, we can do it.
McNeil with the first missed free throw for Piedmont Classical Bobcats.
Bobcats wearing their home white on like they own Mount Zion. The Mount Zion Warriors wearing the Nike uniforms as well as the Bobcats. Petey, I'd say probably Nike's the most popular sportswear in the country.
Yes, it is. As McNeil splits the free throws. 14-6, the Mighty Warriors trail here in the first quarter. 2:36 left as Jimenez comes in and Nito. He'll get picked up by Brown. He'll come across the timeline, dribble left-handed left to the free throw line. Scissor dribble between the legs, spins around, finds Rhodes. Rhodes stands back left side to Nito. Nito goes to the paint, puts up a floater. Picking up the foul is going to be Brown, so Nito will head to the free throw line if his act is shooting. And he'll head to the free throw line.
You know, Nito, he's kind of Nito on the way he goes to the bucket. Just a little tidbit. His name is actually Santiago. His last name is Nito. The guys call him Santi.
First free throw is good. Mighty Warriors make their first free throw of the 2020 season.
Oh, another tidbit. Mr. Santiago Nito from Colombia, South America. Second-year Warrior.
Eyes the basket, puts up a shot. Nothing but the bottom of the iron. They'll come into front court. Piedmont Classical head and dunk. And controlling the inside paint was Forrest. That's his second dunk for Piedmont Classical. Agent Kalali comes into front court. Almost has it stolen by Barnes as Barnes gets teed up for Piedmont Classical. He has a personal foul and a technical foul, which goes down as a personal, So he'll pick up 2 fouls right there on one play.
Right.
So Jimenez will head to the free throw line. Checking in after the first free throw will be McDonald.
Looks like rookie coach has got Mr. Santiago Nito shooting the technical fouls. They'll also, wasn't a shooting foul, but Mount Zion will get possession of the ball. High school rules, technical, you gain possession, not point of possession. He sinks it.
He'll sink the free throw for the Mighty Warriors. That's his third straight free throw.
He kind of walked away, didn't know that the technicals too. Maybe down in South America the rules are different.
So next week, Coach, we have the Bull City Classic returns here to Mount Zion. That's next Friday and Saturday. What time we tipping off on Friday?
We're going with the 12:30 start. Give everybody a chance to get out, do a little Black Friday shopping, maybe grab a breakfast plate and head over to Mount Zion at 12:30, and we'll be broadcasting the game starting at that time.
So coming across the time on the left side is Mighty Warriors. As McDonald almost had it stripped from behind off of Stanley for Piedmont Classical.
Number 12, Christoph McDonald, out of Peel Region, Ontario, Canada. A 5'7" guard. Played for a prep program up in Canada, but a little bit too cold up there. So cold up in Canada, I saw a homeless guy drinking a gallon of antifreeze.
That's a good one. Coach Stanley comes into front court with Brandon right on his left hip. Brandon picks up the foul as the bucket is good for Stanley.
I think Josh Brandon, senior out of Durham, just wasn't about to let the guy shoot, make an easy bucket. He kind of gave him a hip check. Looked like something out of the Carolina Hurricanes, Petey.
Right there with the old-fashioned and one.
Full court pressure.
Come in, bounce pass by Brandon was careless.
Warriors need to run that press break early in the season here. New coach Dave Washington probably trying to explain, hey, they're pressing us, let's run what we practiced.
And Coach Dave Washington took a full timeout, trailing 20-10. We're going to step away and hear from our sponsors. You're listening to Mighty Warriors Basketball on High Level Media.
Pizzeria is a busy, family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full-service menu offers a wide range of choices sure to please everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a brick oven pizza, classic Italian dish like chicken parmigiana, or one of our specialty pastas, you can always count on a delicious meal that's made to order using only the freshest ingredients. To complement your meal, we also offer a variety of wine and beer options and several seasonal beverages. Give them a call today in Apex at 919-267-6237 or in Fuquay Varina at 919-285-2497 or visit them online at annaspizzeria.com. At Creech Chiropractic, the Triangle's only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor, we offer 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. We give you the best recommendation for care based on your needs and goals. Ultimately, it's your body, your health, your life, your choice. Our goal at Creech Chiropractic is to educate and adjust as many families as possible toward optimal health and wellness through natural chiropractic care. The superior physician.
Welcome back. The Mighty Warriors come out at a timeout. Coach Dave Washington to give him a lecture down there on the bench. Piedmont Classical with the ball as Stanley looks to come in. He'll bounce past it into paint, back to Stanley. Stanley find McNeil. He'll go into paint. Shot goes up. Nice little kiss off the glass for Piedmont Classical. 22-10.
Mr. McNeil is Johnny on the spot. 5'5.5" combo point guard out of Greensboro is everywhere in the court. Probably will end up playing the whole game. I mean, just a superb athlete. He's got a stocky build. Reminds me of a very young Muggsy Bogues. It's a little bit different haircut, though.
As the Mighty Warriors look to come in, extend the free throw line right. Jimenez comes in and Nito Hill drive baseline, pulls it all the way back out. Guarded tightly by Stanley. He'll pull it out, quarter court. Tries to clear the paint, puts up a 3, too hard. Coming down with the rebound was Harrison. He kicks it ahead to Brown. Stanley with the 3, too short. Josh Brandon with the rebound. He'll find Zamir Rhodes. He'll look right side to Ajan Kolali. He'll put up a shot. Too hard off the front of the rim. Stanley coming down with the ball, kicks it ahead to Brown. He'll drive baseline, double coverage, and he'll put up a shot too short. Coming up with his own rebound and with the putback for Piedmont Classical. 24-10, just inside a minute to go. Jimenez and Nito comes across the timeline. Between the back is Nito. Guarded tightly by Harrison. Left side to Jimenez. Jimenez looks like he can take that three, gets a shooter's roll for the Mighty Warriors.
That breaks up the dry spell for the threes on the Warriors as Jimenez clapped excitedly as he banked that one in.
Left side is Harris's shot, followed by Forrest as the Mighty Warriors control the offensive rebound. Coming down with it. Euro step, back-to-back points by Santiago Nito. Forces a 30-second timeout for Piedmont Classical. Coach, great offense going into the second quarter, just 16 seconds to go. The momentum is switched.
Yep, looks like Mount Zion's found their second win. Definitely Piedmont Classical slacking up on the defense. Rookie head coach for this year called a 30-second timeout to regain the troops and let them know, hey, we didn't come here to lay down.
Up by 9 with a 4-0 run by, 5-0 run by the Mighty Warriors. You know, with 2 points, Nito has definitely showed his ability with ball handling tonight for the Mighty Warriors. Definitely. Mighty Warriors come out of timeout in a full court press. Is in the backcourt, they come in to McNeil. Stanley McNeil working the backcourt for the Bobcats. Nito with great defense on his right hips. McNeil crosses him up, goes in the paint, puts up a Euro step, and it's good for Piedmont Classical. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. The Mighty Warriors trail Piedmont Classical 26-15. We're going to come right back here after a word from our sponsors.
Family Dentistry, we are honored to serve the community of Apex by providing honest, compassionate dental care. We focus on preventative care and education to make sure all of our patients enjoy optimal dental health, and we offer judgment-free treatment if you're in need of a corrective procedure. Dr. Barker and the rest of the Cardinal Family Dentistry team want to be a resource for you when it comes to your dental health, so we always keep you well informed and offer honest guidance to help you make the best decisions for you and your family. Give them a call today at 919-589-5001. That's 919-589-5001. Or visit them online at cardinalfamilydentistry.com. At Creech Chiropractic, the Triangle's only sports and pediatric certified chiropractor, we offer 3 types of care: relief, corrective, and wellness. We give you the best recommendation for care based on your needs and goals.
Started the second quarter, the Mighty Warriors close out the first quarter on a 5-2 run over the Piedmont Classical Bobcats, trailing 26-15. Piedmont Classical come into play in the backcourt to Redelman. Redelman left side over to Silver. Cross-court pass to Bynum. Bynum right side to Redelman. Redelman stands, pushes in the paint to Barnes. Barnes back to Redelman. 23-footer, nothing but nylon.
PD, it's raining threes.
29-15. Jimenez comes across the timeline, right at the free throw line. Euro step, picks up his dribble, fades in towards the basket, puts up a shot. As Harrison with a big rebound for Piedmont Classical.
On that last play right there, number 35, Solomon Butler out of Raleigh, North Carolina, 6'7", small forward. He would have boxed out Mr. Richardson. He would have got the rebound and easy putback. So they'll be back in the lab tomorrow, I'm sure, after they review the video.
Right side is Bynum. Bynum finds his guard, right side Silver. Top of the key, 3 on the way by Vincent is nothing but nylon. Like you said, Coach, I feel the rain coming tonight.
PD, if it doesn't work out with the commentating, you could always be a singer. Go ahead.
Solomon Butler with the travel as he pump fake to come off that pivot foot.
You could be a YouTube sensation, PD.
Hey, everybody's got a YouTube channel, Coach. What's yours?
Hey,
give me your handle.
YouTube.coach.
Left side drives Redelman. Redelman finds his man left. 3 on the way. No good. Coming down with the rebound was Redelman. He'll offer up a baseline 3 off the left side, and it's 3 straight threes for Piedmont Classical. They open up to a 9-0 run here in the second period. Just under 2 minutes gone. Left side is McDonald, puts up a 3. Front of the rim, Vincent coming down with the rebound, pushes in the front court to Redelman. Redelman with the nice dribble drive, bounce passes into Barnes. Barnes loses it, strong rebound, and Barnes with the putback.
Petey, that combination of Randleman and Barnes, it's a little bit too much for the Warriors on the interior. They're long, lean, very athletic. They've got those, 6'5", 6'6" wingspans.
3 on the way by Nito is short. Redelman coming down with the rebound. He'll push in the front court. Alley-oop to Barnes, and Barnes loses it going up. McDonald coming across, scissor dribble at the ring, between the rings. Drives right in paint. Ball was stripped. Coming back to Nito. Santiago Nito guarded by Vincent. Between the rings, right side. Hands it off to Jimenez. Back to Nito off the right wing. Nito drives, and he loses it. And picking up the foul is going to be on Redelman. Checking in the game will be Zamir Rhodes for the Mighty Warriors.
Zamir Rhodes got 2 points on the game, I believe. Struggled early in the workout season. Coronavirus added a few pounds to him, but he's starting to get back into shape.
Jimenez will look to come in underneath the basket. Comes into McDonald. He'll try his 16-foot jump shot off the side of the backboard. Coming down with the rebound was Barnes. He'll find Vincent. Vincent will fall to the floor as we have a 30-second timeout for Coach of the Piedmont Classical before his turnover. Coach, slow start for Mighty Warriors. First 3 minutes are scoreless. Current run is 12-0, 13-0 for Piedmont Classical with 3 straight long-range shots.
Well, like I was saying earlier, that combination of Barnes, Randleman, athletic, the Warriors are really going to have to defend on the interior. The barrage of threes being shot by Mount Zion is kind of bailing out the defense. You're going to have to buckle down, run their offense, maybe get some back doors, and see what happens. Definitely need to get the Bobcats in foul trouble.
Definitely need to start. I mean, one thing, if you go into guarding a perimeter, they're going to kill you down low.
Right.
So it's kind of like you have to, go to a 3-2 zone or something. I mean, or, because man-to-man, they're definitely getting beat on man-to-man.
Right.
Coming across the timeline is Redelman. Redelman stands out to play, right side over to Silver. Silver finds Vincent. Vincent holds, top of the key to Redelman. Redelman steps in, goes into paint, finds Silver for 3, short, but everybody on the Bobcats offense crashed the boards. As Bynum picks up Santiago Nito, is off of Bynum, out of bounds. It's going to be Mighty Warriors ball. Here, Coach Washington in the background, yelling for help. Trying to come out with the play is Jimenez. He'll come in to Santiago Nito. He'll put up a 3 flat as Solomon Butler right there with the rebound. And it's hit out of bounds. Mighty Warriors ball.
Yep, it'll stay with the Warriors. Solomon Butler, number 35, has definitely got to hold on to that basketball. I believe he was pushed. The ref may have not seen it. 5-second call, turnover. Very, very on the ball
Fundamentals.
defense.
Yep. Fundamentals. Set up a play, run a play. If not, bounce off the guy's leg, get it inbound. When you're inbounding the ball, you have to know 5 seconds.
Exactly.
As Redelman comes in, right side to Bynum, 3, and it's nothing but nylon.
Petey, I didn't bring my umbrella or my raincoat, but it's raining threes up in here.
Coach, I might need that monsoon coat. Solomon Butler drives left to the paint. Shot goes up too hard.
Solomon Butler, 6'7", small forward.
Redelman kicks it ahead.
Took life in his own hands.
Right there with the putback was Bynum for Piedmont Classical, 42-15. Solomon Butler gets a stolen dunk on the way. Right on the head of the Mighty Warriors. Jimenez, as we have a and one, and we have a timeout that was called by the Mighty Warriors.
Things were getting out of hand Petey. You got a 44-15 score. Like I said earlier, Mount Zion's not going to be able to run up and down the court with these guys. They need to slow it down. Remember Dean Smith, 4 corners.
Slow it down. Don't play into their hands. You never play into another team's hands, and that's exactly what they're doing. No sense in a 6'7" small forward at the timeline with the ball.
No, that was not good. I'd rather he would have put it back out to Nito and go ahead and set something up. The less possessions that Piedmont Classical can get, the less chances they have of scoring baskets. So what you do is reduce the possessions by holding the ball for as long as you can on offense.
Both teams with 5 team fouls, 44-57. As Barnes will be shooting the and one of the dunk.
44-15.
What did I say? 7?
57. Not sure.
Barnes' free throw is missed, but coming down with the rebound was Barnes. Got his own rebound. Correction, was Stanley with the rebound, as we'll send Barnes back to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Petey, on that last play, as the viewers could see, number 0 Barnes, 6'6", swingman, was surrounded by 3 Warriors. He did not travel. He was fouled. If they would have put their arms up, I believe he'd have been a little bit more trouble. Their arms were a little bit too far down. Going to have to get in the lab tomorrow and explain to these guys, hey, if you're going to swarm, swarm.
Second free throw by Barnes is good. He's 1 for 3 from the charity stripe.
Still got the fight. The Warriors are still fighting. They're not going to give up. They're not going to hang their heads down. Early in the season, first game.
Nito comes in, comes across the timeline, breaks a full court press by Piedmont Classical. Top of the key is Agent Kalali. He goes in the paint, Euro step, finds Solomon Butler. He goes up strong, too hard, overshot the rim. As Brown comes in the front court, Euro step, reverse layup, and he is fouled. He'll head to the free throw line, as that's a 17th foul for the Mighty Warriors.
Yeah, number 24, 5'11" guard, Mr. Santiago Nito out of Colombia, South America, had no choice but to foul. I believe that's his second, the team's 7th.
As Brown put up the free throw, eyes the basket, nothing but nylon.
I'm going to go ahead and give Mr. Solomon Butler, the 6'7" small forward out of Raleigh, a breather, and bring in Josh Brandon and Mr. Jamiz, number 4, also out of South America. No,
second free throw is no good.
Petey, I take that back. I stand to be corrected. Number 4, Samuel Jamiz, out of the Dominican Republic.
3 by Zaire Rhodes was short. Coming out with the rebound was Stanley. He'll come, shake and make Brandon at the half court. Comes in, dumps it off to Harrison. Harrison with the putback. 48-15. Mighty Warriors is held scoreless in this second quarter. Jimenez shakes and makes Stanley at the midcourt. Comes in, drops it off the Rhodes. Rhodes looks Brandon. Brandon goes in the paint, puts up a shot, double pump. Trying to get too fancy with it, coach, as they push it ahead to Brown. Brown was straight up, was almost fouled by Agent. And coming out with it was Rhodes, the Mighty Warriors. Joshua Brandon stands. Cans it over to Nito. He'll holler out Marquette and run a play. Jimenez drives, steps back, puts up a 3 off the baseline. Jimenez misses a shot, but Nito tries another one and answers back.
Nito claps for his shot. That broke that
48-30, 48-18. Stops the drought for the Mighty Warriors in the second quarter. Brandon picks up Stanley, rolls right side with him, almost picked his pocket, drops back, steps back, 15-footer as Jimenez comes across the timeline. 1-on-2, splits the defenders, puts up a shot for the Mighty Warriors, 48-20. 5-0 run for the Mighty Warriors. Stepping in the paint is McNeil, reverse layup. Jimenez, Nito with the rebound. He'll come in the front court, gets it stolen by McNeil. He'll put a kiss off the glass and in for the classical Bobcats from Piedmont. Jimenez comes across the timeline, left side to Agent, passes weak, and we have McDonald checking in, and Solomon Butler.
On that last play right there, the pass on the sideline to Mr. Kalali. He's right there on the sideline. Coach years ago told me, he said, hey, that sideline acts as a sixth man. He had nowhere to go. He tried to catch it with one hand. That's an unforced turnover. Here comes the point guard, Mr. McNeil.
Whole 5'5", standing with some look like tie-dye shoes on. Splits the defenders, goes in reverse layup and misses. It had a little too much spice on the sauce. Jimenez goes left to the free throw line is Nito for the Mighty Warriors. You look cross court to your left as Nito has his own little fan guard as his family is here to cheer him on. Right side baseline is Harrison, finds McNeil right wing with his hot pink blue shoes. Finds Harrison, three on the way, nothing but nylon. As he pulled Solomon Butler to 6'7". Raining threes. It might not be raining in Raleigh, but it's raining threes here in Durham. McDonald gets a stolen from behind. A dunk on the way, and he misses the dunk. Was Brown. Brown kicks on the rebound, kicks it head to Harrison. Harrison drives, loses it as Nito goes into front court. And we have a hand check on Harrison for Piedmont Classical.
Number 34, Mr. Harrison, the 6'6" swingman. He seems to be all over the court, Petey. If he's not making dunks or slamming it or getting rebounds, or he's everywhere at one time.
As Jimenez inbound the ball, backcourt to Brandon. He'll come across the timeline, working the right side. Guarded tightly by Clark. Dumps it off to Agent. Agent goes into paint. Reverse hook shot for the Mighty Warriors. 53-24. Just under 20 seconds left. McNeil stand right inside the right in the front court. Calling out a play. McNeil guarded tightly by Brandon. 6 seconds approaching the basket. Goes into paint. Puts up a runner on the baseline. Nothing but nylon. And that will bring us to halftime. The halftime score, the Mighty Warriors trail 55-24. We're going to come right back here at halftime with stats, facts, and figures of the first half. You're listening to Mighty Warriors basketball on High Level Media.
It's a busy, family-friendly restaurant serving up authentic New York-style pizza and Italian dishes. Our full Anna'sPizzeria.com.
Welcome back here. Technical difficulties with the cameras. 7:42 left, 55-24. The Mighty Warriors could not score on the opening possession of the third quarter.
Petey, you ever heard of the tale of two halves?
Yes, sir, Coach.
I think the Warriors are going to play some superb defense and really come out and show their offensive prowess in the second half. Mr. McNeil doing his thing, misses the layup. Solomon Butler with a big defensive rebound as he trails down. Here comes Mr. Samuel with the layup. No good. Number 34, Johnny on the spot with a rebound.
Yes, Harrison comes across the timeline. Looks like he wanted to pull up for three, but he steps inside and gets the miss. Coming up with the rebound was Brown, and Brown puts it back for Piedmont Classical. 57-24. Agent in the backcourt finds Jimenez. Jimenez comes across the timeline, looks baseline, left to Solomon Butler. Shots too flat, too hard. Solomon Butler with his rebound, with the putback for the Mighty Warriors.
Petey's Solomon Butler is 6'7" and a quarter inch, 210 pounds is the biggest thing out there. He's had plenty of chances at the rack with a missed dunk from who other than our buddy, Mr. Brown. Downtown, Mr. Brown.
Right side, McNeil. McNeil drives. We have a foul. As right there, Brown followed through, trying to get the miss, and went up hard. Too hard for that dunk.
A little bit. Both teams coming out with a lot of energy. I'm sure coaches in the locker rooms were telling them, hey, we got another 16 minutes of basketball. Let's give it everything we got. With coronavirus and everything going on, hey, every game is day by day.
That's it. We don't know if we'll play tomorrow. Depends on how the government and the coronavirus is. Second free throw by downtown Dirty Brown. McNeil is nothing but nylon. Checking in for McNeil is Bynum. 59-26. Should have a running clock here.
The new rule on National Federations, Pete, is 35.
35? Okay. Solomon Butler drives left to the free throw line and with the layup for the Mighty Warriors. 59-28. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Top of the key. Left side to Silver. Three on the way. No. Coming down with the rebound was Barnes. Barnes is the only player that's played additional minutes with the starters in there right now for Piedmont Classical. So this is the time for Coach Washington and the Mighty Warriors to step up the offense and try to cut into that deficit. Left side stands Silver. His pass was stolen by Nito. Nito comes in the front court between the rings. Drives into paint, puts up a floater, kiss off the glass. Brandon with the rebound. He'll reverse back to Nito. Three on the way. Nylon. Oh, rims out. Coming down with the rebound was Stanley. Stanley comes in the front court, driving right side, finds his man Bynum. Bynum left side to Brown. Three, nope. Coming down with the rebound is Silver. Silver pushes to Bynum, left side. Three on the way by Stanley. Nothing but nylon. 62-28. That deficit is getting closer to 35, Coach, as Agent Kalali comes in the front court, finds Brandon and gets blocked from behind by Stanley.
It's a nice dribble drive to the basket. Mr. Kowali came out and said, no, not today, not on my watch.
A timeout for Piedmont Classical, and that's a full timeout. We're going to step away here. You're listening to Mighty Warriors Basketball on High Level Media. second half, period 3. Brano will dribble 3 times. Squats, puts up a shot. Little short off the right side of the rim for the Mighty Warriors. Checking in the game will be Rose for Brandon. Need a big presence by Zamir Rose in the second half. Second free throws off the right side of the rim. Coming down with the rebound was Vincent. He finds his point guard, Bynum. Bynum comes across the timeline, and the Cleveland Cavaliers color shoes. Right side is Bynum. Top of the key is Stanley. Left side over to Silver. Silver to Stanley. Back to Vincent. 3 on the way. Too hard as coming down with the rebound was Silver. They'll reset the offense, facing a man-to-man defense for the Mighty Warriors. Speed has been the difference for the Mighty Warriors tonight. Top of the key is Barnes. Right side, 3 on the way. Crashing the boards with Barnes and puts it back.
Looked like the Warriors were in a 2-3 zone. Thought they were going to take a long shot, but they went inside, and Solomon Butler was trying to play some defense, but was caught out a little bit out of position.
Joshua Brandon went baseline on that possession and tried to be fancy with it as he's looked like he was playing a little bit of street ball as he's going in like this, like he's Gary Duncan, only standing about a 5'11".
Exactly.
But he'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2. He makes the second one, will have a substitution change, but he'll miss that one. He'll miss everything on that one.
Josh Brandon, about a 46% free throw shooter on the year last year, according to the stats. Definitely need to work on that. He'll have plenty of time as he'll be on an extended break starting here a few days before Thanksgiving.
Solomon Butler's got the ball, stands 17 foot, puts it on the floor, left side.
Nice move.
Best move by Solomon Butler tonight.
Solomon Butler definitely getting aggressive on the dribble drives to the bucket. One dribble, straight up, fundamental basketball. Definitely a next level player. We're just not sure at what level. 3
by Bynum off the left side. Piedmont Classic coming down with the rebound. Stands Stanley between the rings. 2-3 zone to Mighty Warriors as Solomon Jimenez try to pick up a big body.
Oh, nice steal by Josh.
Josh Brano will be having a seat.
They call him Mr. Energy. He was in the zone. He picked up the man and got really aggressive. No foul call. He just didn't have possession of the ball. Great work by the Mount Zion defense.
Vincent comes in. He'll come into Stanley. Stanley's cross-court pass over to Silver. Silver back to Stanley. And to paint Silver, 3 on the way. Too short. As Rose coming down with the loose ball. We have a steal from behind by Silver. Silver finds Stanley. Stanley drives 2 on 4 as Piedmont Classical sets up an offense. His agent right there with the turnover. Back out to Clark. Left side to Stanley. 3 on the way. Too short. Solomon Butler with a turnover. Oh, stays right with the Mighty Warriors.
Mr. Clark, 5'9" guard out of Greensboro, rising sophomore. Definitely has got that hair blown in the wind.
Jimenez comes in, coming across the timeline, loses the dribble. Tries to shake and make his man at 3, drives in the paint, finds Rhodes. Rhodes with a 16-footer baseline, short. Coming down with the rebound was Clark. He'll push it into front court. Left side to Stanley. He'll go into paint. Finds Barnes. Barnes with the baseline jumper. Stanley with the rebound. Loses it to Jimenez. Back to Barnes. They set up offense. 3 on the way by Stanley. They've got plenty of looks right now. The faucet must be cut off for the raining threes for Piedmont Classical here. Nito offers a 3 for the Mighty Warriors. He doesn't follow his shot, but he gets his own rebound out of bounds. Stays right with the Mighty Warriors.
Petey, both teams kind of cold in the second half. I know the temperature, facilities manager Sam Williamson's got the temperature at about 68 in here. Might be a little bit chilly.
As the Mighty Warriors get an inbounds pass over to Solomon Butler. He'll find Nito, 3 on the way, too hard off the back of the iron. Coming down with the rebound was Piedmont Classical. They'll look to set up an offense as Stanley comes across the timeline, swings it left side to Clark. He'll drive into paint, take 1-on-2 as tries to split Butler and Nito as Nito comes into paint, left side of Jimenez. Jimenez, basic basketball right there. Put on the floor, goes straight up. 64-32. Mighty Warriors trail by 32.
It's a great offensive play with the rebound, and then Nito coming down and looking for his roommate or housemate in the dormitory here at Mount Zion Christian Academy Complex. Here comes Mr. Kalali out of Switzerland with a layup. Count the bucket. How about that, Petey? You got the 6'4", 10th grader fresh off of the boat.
And nice picks up his fourth point here in the third quarter. It's fourth of the game, second in the second half.
Mount Zion still in that 2-3 zone. Arms up, forcing Piedmont to shoot bad shots. The strategy seems to be working, Petey. We might get it down to less than 30 here in a second on the deficit.
As Piedmont Classical's working the perimeter, waiting for something to open up top of the key. 38 seconds left as Jimenez.
Mount Zion's basketball. That's some great defense as this crowd, according to coronavirus CDC standards, must be kept under 30. I think we're right at about 29, Petey.
Yeah, Coach, it's a lot of great crowd in here. Everybody's wearing their mask, keeping social distancing, and it's really helping the calls out. As they come into Butler. Butler stands, finds Jimenez, right side of Kalali. Right side of Brandon, baseline jumper, too short. As Stanley comes up with a rebound. 20 seconds left, he'll come into front court to Vincent. Vincent back to Stanley. Left side over to Silver. Silver back to Vincent in the paint. Brandon come out with the steal. He'll come across the timeline, get it stolen by Silver. Silver 2-on-3, bounce, passes it down low to his big man. Shot goes up for Piedmont Classical. It's 66-34. That's the end of the third quarter. We got your Fidelity Investments Money Quarter coming up right after a word from our sponsor.
Your investment? Then look no further than Fidelity Investments of Holly Springs. Whether
will be getting the ball on the timeline. Coming in at timeline, Brown, he'll come in the backcourt to McNeil as the starters in for Piedmont Classical. They'll come across the timeline, right side over to Harrison. Harrison swing at top of the key to Redelman, left side to McNeil. McNeil gets a high screen, rolls left, puts up a baseline jumper. Solomon Butler with the putback as Piedmont Classical set their starters here in the end of the third quarter to get a run for the fourth quarter. But right now they lead handily, 66-34. Coming in, inbounding the ball for the Mighty Warriors is Jimenez. He'll try to get it inbound before the 5 seconds. Lobs it in, gets it stolen by Harrison. Harrison ahead to Redelman. Redelman with the left-handed layup off the left side for Piedmont Classical. 68-34 as the Mighty Warriors working the perimeter, gets a stolen by Riddleston. We have a layup, and he misses the layup. Was Brown trying to get too fancy with it, Coach?
Yep. I think the Mount Zion defense, I know, took kind of a little lapse right there. and Piedmont's trying to run away with this thing. Still got a little bit of a dog left in the fight, or a fight left in the dog, either way you want to look at it. Got a little bit less than 7 minutes to go. Mount Zion throwing up a barrage of threes, trying to get back in this game quickly. Basically, rolled around about 3 times, Petey. I think that ball was up there looking for a dime. But here comes the Mount Zion Warriors with Mr. Kalali out of Switzerland. A hard 3 hits the front of the rim. Rebound, big rebound by Mr. Yes, definitely by Mr. Solomon, 6'7". Small forward. Mr. McDonald out of Canada. Dribble driving through 2 defenders. Lays the ball up, blocked. Here comes Mr. Jamez. A 2-pointer. He puts in a nice basket there, Petey.
As Piedmont Classical has been held in the early minutes of the fourth quarter. It's only 2 points, but 5 possessions. They'll come across to set up an offense. Will be Redelman. Redelman's bounce past the McNeil, his quarterback. Feed it down low to Harrison. He'll drive, put up a runner in the lane. Too hard, coming down with the rebound was Ferris. He'll find McNeil. 5:40 left, 70-38. Left side is Brown. Brown top of the key to Harrison. 3 straight away, too hard. Coming down with the is Redelman. He'll get trapped off. There's 4 offensive rebounds for Piedmont Classical as they gave in on the layup was Brown. 72-38. Agent Kalali trapped off in the backcourt, gets the stolen by Redelman. Shot goes up and he picks up the foul.
Mr. Aiden actually is the pronunciation. Had a conversation with him earlier before the game. 16 years old, lived in 3 different countries in Europe, standing at 6'4", still growing, Petey.
If you get about 5 more inches on him, he'll be deathly.
Yes. Traveled all the way by himself at 16, all the way from Switzerland.
I can barely travel to Durham by myself.
The same way. Trip to Raleigh and hey, got to pull over and go to Sheetz and get a burger and fries.
Yeah, why not? It's Sheetz. It's a great gas station here in the Triangle area. About every three blocks is a Sheetz or a Circle K, Coach.
Definitely. We got 5:10 left in the game, Petey. 72-38. Fouls with Mount Zion with 4 team fouls, and the visiting Piedmont Classical Bobcats with only 2.
You know, with Santiago Nito checking back in the game, he'll finish off the game as he started the fourth quarter on the bench, and a lot of turnovers right there because you didn't have your point guard in there.
Right.
To
give a few of the other guys some experience. So
Redelman.
later on down the road, they'll have that. And the free throw is good by
Redelman.
Mr. Redelman. Mr. Redelman, a 6'6" wingman, also out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Redelman get on his toes, offer the free throw, and it's good. 74-38. Biggest lead's been 35 as Joshua Brandon tries to cut it in deficit. Finger roll layup, gets his own rebound steal. Back to McDonald. And it's a turnover, Mighty Warriors. Nope. See exactly what it was.
The 5'8" guard, number 12 from Mount Zion out of Canada, Mr. Christoph McDonald, went to go shoot looked like about a 20-footer, and a 6'3" guy just put his arm up, and the ball got deflected.
So left side is Nito. Nito finds Kalali. He'll drive into paint, swings left side to McDonald. 3 on the way.
The whistle will go as the spectators can see the ball went up over the top of the backboard. Actually, that's where the shot clock would be. From what I understand, we're going to be installing a shot clock here at Mount Zion.
For the post-grad.
For the prep team, right. Hosanna College Prep.
Left side is McNeil. He'll drive into paint, put up a left-handed layup, and it's a little short. Solomon Butler coming down with the rebound, put it on the floor and lost it. Back to McNeil for Piedmont Classical. 76-38. They'll come in.
Foul is going to be called on number.
It's going to be on Redelman.
Right, it'll be on number. It's going to be on number 15, Zamir Rhodes, actually, Petey, as he swung his arm as the ball was getting ready to be taken away. So it'll be possession will go to Piedmont Classical. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the game.
76-38. They come into McNeil in the backcourt. He'll come across, puts up a shot off the right side. He'll head to the floor.
Petey, I'm going to have to go ahead and give the Player of the Game award to Mr. McNeil. Number 1, 5'5" guard out of Greensboro. He's been everywhere. Spent a little bit of time on the bench to give the other guards some time, but he's been Johnny on the spot.
Definitely has been like a flashing guard, what you expect from a point guard. Quick off the dribble, very quick feet. And that's exactly all you can ask for your point guard is quarterback. I mean, he's like, if he could be like Tom Brady, all good for him.
Yep.
Second free throw was good. Missed the first one. 77-38. Rhodes comes into play to Nito. They'll break the press as Nito comes across the timeline behind the back. Gets a strip as he steps in the front court. Right to McNeil.
Foul's going to be called on number 2 from Mount Zion. Nope, foul's on number... Not sure who that last foul was on. I think it was on number 2, Josh Brandon, or it could have been on 35, Solomon Butler.
So McNeil will be shooting the free throws as he will come back into play as they have a fresh 5 to end the game for Piedmont Classical.
Right. Well, Petey, for the first game of the season, Mount Zion hasn't played basketball on this court since sometime in February.
Got a lot of new renovations here. Ceiling's looking good. Court's looking fresh. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Samuel, the facility.
Sam is the in charge of making sure that the court and the facility is kept clean under the direction of the facilities director and operations management. Got those banners. If you look from left to right, 1997 all the way to 2014, national champions. In 2010, the national post-grad team won the Bull City Classic.
If you look over there, Coach, you got the famous Tracy McGrady, class of 97. Then you work your way on down to Carl Anthony Early for the class of 14 for the New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of talents coming through here, through the same court, playing on the same wood these kids are playing with. But right now, the Mighty Warriors are trying to get out of this deficit as this rebuilding season for Coach Dave Washington in his inaugural coaching debut here at Mount Zion. As they work the perimeter, put up a 3. Loose ball. Coming out with the rebound was Barnes. He'll look for Stanley. Stanley between the legs. Right side to Vincent. Joshua Brandon on Stanley. Stanley goes in the paint, puts up a runner, short. Coming down with the rebound is Rhodes. He'll push it ahead to Brandon. He'll go split the defenders. Right-handed layup too hard. Barnes with the rebound. Brandon steals it back, puts it up, loses a foot as he's going up, loses the ball. Coming down with the rebound with Silver. He'll try to go coast to coast, right side over to Vincent. Vincent's three's too hard. Silver with the putback. And had the big man for Piedmont Classical. Put him up by 2. 82-38 for Piedmont Classical as they lead. Just 2:14 left here, Coach. A big deficit for the Mighty Warriors. Right now, you just want to try to look into getting some points on the board, getting some reps for your for the younger kids on your team, as Coach Dave Washington will look next into the Bull City Classic next Saturday and Friday here at Mount Zion.
Well, the field is pretty much set for the Bull City Classic. I believe Mount Zion's going to be playing a team out of Maryland. The brackets will be finalized this week. I think it's going to be a very exciting tournament. We only have 12 teams in total. If anybody needs to look at the brackets of the game times, just go to bullcityclassic.com.
All right, the Mighty Warriors come into play. 2 minutes left. Right side was Reddish. Reddish, right side is Reed. Reed and Reddish running the top of the key for the Mighty Warriors.
Got number 0 and number 14, two former players on our middle school program that worked their way into the final minutes of this game. Number 0, Kadir, a 5'2", 10th grader out of Raleigh, and getting some valuable minutes for experience, I guess. Coach Washington looking to the future.
Right side Silver puts up a shot off the baseline, no good. Coming down with the rebound was Reddish.
Both teams really not able to converge on their jumpers here late in the game. It's sort of more like a shooting practice as number 0, Mr. Kadir Reed, goes into the corner, hands the ball off to Solomon Butler, goes in the front, and he's fouled by number 0, Mr. Barnes.
So it's a great pass by Reed to Butler. Nice little bounce pass fundamentals. And Butler's with a spin around left-handed shot.
Number 0, Reed, another one of the players that has worked his way from our developmental squad. We call it the Maroon Squad. Started off last year. He was one of the role players, and now he's worked his way to the varsity squad. We're only doing one team this year here at Mount Zion, PD, from what I understand, from the athletic director, Don Fozard Jr.
Got a shot going up, and that's missed. Clock will continue to run as we're sitting at 41 here. As Jimenez will come into play. He'll come into play to Kalali. 7 seconds left.
Big shot here by Mr.
Kalali at the buzzer, and he will dribble it out as the Mighty Warriors fall 81-40 in the season opener. We're going to come right back here with stats, facts, and figures of the game in an interview with Coach Washington. Basketball. Mighty Warriors come out strong, but could not hang with the height of Piedmont Classical tonight. Some of your thoughts on the game, Coach?
I agree, Petey. They came out. They were a force to be reckoned with early. The game was a 9-point game at one point. These guys are young. They do have a few seniors on the team. From what I understand, there'll be some additions to the team. They have to go through the state association. Everything has to be, authorized. Make sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. I thought that, like we talked about earlier, that Nito did a great job at the point, thrown into that position. It appeared that, according to the stats, that 6'7" Solomon Butler did have 8 points. Could have easily been 20, Petey.
Yeah, Coach. The biggest deficit in the second half for the Mighty Warriors is Santiago Nito in the first half had 15. Second half, he's limited to 6. But his minutes were limited in the second half, as Coach Dave Washington said. They're trying to implement younger guys in the squad. So it's pretty much, he said he didn't know what he was expecting coming into this game. He did mention about losing one player to me during the interview, but then Jimenez with 9, he added 4 from the second half, So, the big difference, like you said, was Solomon Butler's 8 points. But like you said, easy layups he missed throughout the first half.
Right, and they'll work on that. They'll go in practice, and they'll review the video, which is archived, which everybody can rewatch the game. We got the big screen TV upstairs in the TV room, and they'll watch it and go over it. I think for a first game against a very good Piedmont Classical team, they showed some poise. They showed patience. Shots just didn't fall. I'm looking at the percentage. It looks like probably about 36% overall from field goals, and that's a little bit low.
Yeah, Coach. Like Coach Dave Washington said, he'll be on the court Friday night against Ravencroft, and he's just looking forward to tomorrow's practice and getting the boys back in the fundamentals. And, you don't sit here and dwell on this 41-point loss. You just look forward to going on to your next game and 1 foot in front of the other, Coach.
Yep, pretty much. It was a great night of basketball. Glad that basketball is back in Durham here at Mount Zion. Historical program. Looking over at the banners everywhere from Tracy all the way to Clay Anthony Early, who signed with the Knicks. When he first came out of Mount Zion, he went directly to JUCO. He wasn't a qualifier. Then went to Wichita State, and then signed on with the Knicks. I mean, that's a success story right there.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, you don't need to go to the draft. You can go. There's other avenues for basketball. But I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight as the Mighty Warriors fall. I want to thank the athletic director here, Don Fazar Jr., and Samuel Williamson for getting the gym facilities looking good. I want to thank Isaiah Bullwire for running our camera tonight. And I want to thank you for tuning in and listening to the game. And, Coach, I want to thank you for sitting in and color commentating with me tonight.
Hey, it was my pleasure, Petey. And let me give a little shout-out as well to Isaiah Bullwire from Louisville, Kentucky, doing a great job on the film.
Yes.
He plays on the Hosanna College prep team, 6'2" shooting guard, looking to further his career.
Yes, sir. From